man. Oh, man. Wait. Hold on a second. He lost his cell phone.
Nick! That cell phone couldn't be.
You mean this phone Maggie found? Well, there's no way. Boy, I didn't see this coming. What should I do now? Mr. Wellington! Where's your cell phone right now?
What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my cell phone, I'll have you know. See, here it is.
Oh, I see.
Looks like he's got his phone. And I thought just maybe that this was his. Well, then I think we've cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have a cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by a search for the phone booth. Well, that is the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions? The phone booth is in the background of the picture.
Your Honor! The witness's testimony does not make any sense. I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone.
How dare you?
You can't just make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you?
Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think.
Okay, let's just have this proof then. Please present proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth.
It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this.
The crime scene photo?
Is there a problem with it?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something is wrong with you.
No! It's a phone booth!
That is correct!
Sound like Phoenix was surprised himself.
All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you?
Order! Order!
What's reporting the crime a little late proof for the defense?
The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony.
Yes, this is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? And I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back.
But Maddie said that she was going to return it to him. So there's no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway.
But if he wasn't looking for his cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else.
Was he...
Mr. Wright!
Yes, Your Honor?
Do you have any thoughts you would like to share? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during this 15 minutes?
There's only one possible explanation.
Alright, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is crap, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. I probably shouldn't have said there was only one possibility.
Please present to the court one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? The broken glasses, maybe? Or the phone? I don't know.
Oh, crap. Couldn't save during that, so let's save there.
Perhaps.
That was just an idea. I thought I'd throw it out.
I suggest perhaps you should find a better piece of evidence.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. Well then.
But before you do, you will be penalized. What does that even mean in the story? You just count up how many times he penalizes them.
I guess.
He hit him over the head with something.
It just goes on his permanent record.
Are they all in for that prosecution and defense attorney rewards?
Yeah.
Maybe it is the classes. Mr. Wellington!
What? Don't do that. You must give me a heart attack.
These are your glasses, aren't they?
What? Where did you find... Ah!
I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body.
Under the victim's body? Order! Order! Now wait a second, hold on. I didn't confess nor confirm anything.
Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, dust and prints grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew he had to find his glasses and searched frantically for them. What he didn't realize was that they were under the victim's body. And that is why it took him 15 minutes to make the call.
Mr. Wright, are you indicating that the witness is the real murderer?
Of course! That is precisely what I am doing! I know I'm right! He is the murderer! The real murderer!
Did you figure it out, Nick?
More or less. Turns out this cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, now is our chance to deep sits this guy. I'll sink him in one shot.
Yeah! This is so exciting watching you work again.
Somehow my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of the knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Order! Order!
Your Honor, the defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer.
Yeah, that is right. I am no criminal. This is a third-rate fraud of a lawyer.
In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer.
What? That's easy. For example, there's a name of the victim. What about it? That.
Oh, you mean this name, Maggie?
Yeah, even an idiot can read that right. Like you.
But we already know that this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie with a Y. And the victim was left-handed.
In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. But, wouldn't that mean that the real criminal, is someone that the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would they know that person's name was Maggie or Maggie? That's a good point. The witness didn't even know Mrs. Bride before the trial.
Miss Bride?
Bird, I forgot her name.
I forgot. Is there any way this creep could have known Maggie's name beforehand? It would be best if I could prove that the witness had a chance to learn that the defendant's name was Maggie with a Y.
Now, will the defense please present its case? How could the witness have known the defendant's name? Guessing the list that Maya gave you. Oh, or that.
Mr. Wellington! You didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct?
So what if I didn't?
When you realized you had lost it, what did you do?
What did I do?
Didn't you try to find it by calling it?
Why, how did you?
Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with this case at all.
Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder?
I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost cell phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone.
Hello.
Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone.
Is this yours? Well, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back.
I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
You can call me Maggie.
That was when you learned that her name was Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake.
Fatal mistake?
My client's name is Maggie with a Y. But the name that was written on the ground was Maggie with an I and an E. That is a mistake that could only occur if you knew how her name sounded.
But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive.
And your point is?
It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone.
That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright.
Your Honor?
Can you explain what motive this witness could have had?
It's very simple, Your Honor.
Are you sure, Nick?
If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right?
Yeah, but... Now then, please present to this court proof that the witness had a motive. Now I'm guessing it's the Maya thing. Wait, what's the other thing say? Envelope.
Well, this is just Venus's business card. Unless he came for the glove.
I don't think he came for the glove. Probably the list.
Mr. Wellington's motive is right here.
What is this? A list?
These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the cell phone the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group.
You looked up all those numbers?
Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to the people who are members of a certain group of con artists.
What? Con artists?
Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington?
This is an outrage and an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is worse than crime than murder. You are one of those people. You are just like the cops who ran the brilliant. They disrupted genius work.
I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want is for you to tell us what this list is about.
You think any of you know what it's like to be a refined man such as me?
Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness.
Objection overruled. Try not to take so long next time. Mr. Wright.
Elizabeth asked a question.
What is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have a numbers of a group of con artists on his phone?
Isn't that obvious? The witnesses.
A member of that group, probably.
Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group.
No.
All of your friends' phone numbers were stored on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill.
No, this is too much. That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I
get you now.
Police officer.
Your Honor.
What is it, Mr. Payne?
Your Honor. This is unjustified badgering of the witness.
You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago.
Please, let's think about the content of that phone call.
Beep!
Hello.
Oh, thank you. I have been searching for my phone.
Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. The defendant had already promised she'd return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get his phone back. Why then would he kill anyone?
That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this?
If you think about it,
then maybe we should be thinking outside the box.
She just interrupted his thoughts. Yeah.
Read his mind now.
If we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slime ball saw something at the crime of the scene that made him commit murder.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went... Oh, yeah. I think I know what it is.
He's a police officer.
I'm not sure how... I'd be able to reveal that, though.
Maybe it just gives you options.
I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner.
But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant?
I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there.
Well, Mr. Wright?
I only have 2 lives left. Well, it's really a life and a half.
What was this something that didn't agree with the witness?
So, Peanuts Wright's attorney badge. Oh.
Maybe just the fact that he was a police officer.
Yeah, but which piece of evidence do I use? I don't know.
Profile, maybe?
What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim.
The victim? You mean Dustin Prince?
Dustin Prince had gone on the date right after his shift was over. With no time to change. He went to the park still wearing his police uniform.
Oh! That girl picked me up with the phone with the policeman.
He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone.
If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone.
In his mind, it was possible that they had already had a run a check on his phone.
And he went into panic, is what you're saying?
Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in a uniform.
Mr. Payne. Do you have any comments?
I'm thinking.
Seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are... Impressive. Not bad for a person with a third-rate education.
What's that supposed to mean?
The evidence. Oh, that guy's really creeping me out. Oh, you've been waiting around talking about suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious card group that. Oh, they're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof, your evidence?
You want proof that this phone is yours?
I told you earlier. That phone I lost, I've already found it. You don't even have the slightest idea of who that phone belongs to in your hand. But you can be sure that it isn't mine, you simpleton.
What?
It feels so good to see you squirm. We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without really knowing that it's meaningless evidence.
Your Honor! This is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. The cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. There's gotta be something, maybe.
Phone stored numbers, probably. Or is it me? I don't know.
I can't look at either one of them, so I don't know. I don't know if this hurts your reputation. Maybe profiles.
How do you with the fingerprints? No.
Oh. This phone has the names of numbers of people in this time group in its memory. I should show them to you, Your Honor.
I don't believe this. What are you talking about? What are you trying to determine who that phone belongs to? Who cares about what phone numbers are stored in it? Besides, who knows, maybe you want to you went and added some phone numbers in there yourself. Witness is quite right. I'm afraid I have to reject your proposal.
That church is back to his arrogant, annoying self again. The cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. There's got to be something, maybe. I got it. We should check for fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on the phone.
Nick! Don't you remember? You got it off of Mary. You wiped it off.
I what?
You said there was sand all over it, so...
Wiped it? Why wiped it?
Pretty thoroughly, too. It's oh so much fun watching a third-rate trash babble like morons like yourself.
He's made a complete recovery.
How many times do I have to tell you this phone is right here? This is my phone, you see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the number stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all my numbers have magically disappeared.
Magically? You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence. Mr. Wellington.
What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you.
Where did you finally find your cell phone?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you are too much. And of course, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
You could just say you found it under his bed. Logan, now I remember!
Beep!
Huh. Looks like they hung up.
Ah, good. I finally found it.
So that's when.
What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Nick! We've worked so hard! We've got this far! But if you don't do something quick, he's gonna get off scot-free!
You were going to say, in the end, it doesn't even matter.
I know. I know this phone has to be his. But am I supposed to prove something like that? How?
I guess the ringtone. Mr. Wright, you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is. Your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you've come up a penny short.
Where? Where did I go wrong?
Don't blame yourself, you're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet.
Who am I?
I'm all the lawyers. The court hereby concludes this cross-examination. Yeah. If that will be all, I have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town.
Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? Please wait, Your Honor!
All right, Nick!
I think I may be able to prove it.
Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright?
Everything!
Your Honor, Cross-examination, it's already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more inane questions.
You will not harass the witness, is that clear, Mr. Wright?
I'm scared, okay? I don't know what's gonna happen.
Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney.
Please, Your Honor! I want Badger the witness.
Okay, but this is your last chance to badger Mr. Wright. Present one piece of evidence to the court.
I only get one shot at this.
If you cannot prove everything, it's over for your client.
What?
And for you.
I will say that proves the client guilty.
Dude, do you fully understand? He's just getting tired of doing this, so he's gonna sentence her if he fails.
I'm sure you're well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended.
You paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence.
Oh.
Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance.
It all comes down to this. It's go time.
Please present one piece of evidence that will explain everything. What is the card? You haven't used it yet.
Oh. Am I supposed to do that?
I don't know.
Oh, this is if I get this wrong, and then I'll have to go through all that dialogue. I guess. I'm trying to think.
It's just the only thing that you haven't used that I know of. Why, thank you. How nice. Here, please have one of mine. Why? It's written in fancy script. The ink is strong and clear, but I can still read it. Wait, what am I doing? This isn't the time to be exchanging business cards.
Your Honor! There's something very important about that card, and that is...
Back of the card, I'm assuming. The name of the card, I don't know.
Well, at least I could save. The card is important because of what is on the back!
Wrote your cell number on the back, but...
But that's exactly it! Can you please call this number from your cell phone?
Oh, right now, the court is still in session.
It's okay. You'll see.
Okay, if you say so. Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright?
We're going to call my cell phone right now. And then the court will see everything for what it is.
Of all the idiotic, stupid things to do. It's an embarrassing phone number. Ringtone.
It's still samurai theme.
What? Why is my phone? What is this stupid sounding ringtone?
Beep! Mr. Wellington! How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone!
No, it can't.
By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further except to say...
What? Why is my phone? What is this stupid sounding ringtone? It's an embarrassing phone number.
I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... I don't think I need to explain any further except to say When you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one.
Did he make that sound with his mouth?
Yeah.
So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington.
He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has become paranoid and lost all ability to make rational judgments.
Then, Mr. Wright, that phone you're holding...
It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally.
Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty. Woo! Yippee! That is all. Court is now adjourned. I'm hungry.
September 8th, 2 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1.
I knew that the real you would shine through, eventually. I'm so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright.
I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this.
It's probably because of me.
Huh?
My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures.
Your whole life? Can't be that bad, can it?
Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe.
Guy who from the SpongeBob episode who was in the full body cast.
My life has been nothing but a string of disasters.
That is, pretty bad.
Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then at the academy, everybody called me Lady Luckless.
Lady Luckless? That's a funny name.
What's worse is that my misfortune always seems to latch on to those around me.
What do you mean?
When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help.
That's right. You were talking about this earlier.
It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand, and before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house.
Oh.
I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me.
That's not true!
That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts.
Oh, I see.
Everything is all my fault. Dustin's death. Your head being all messed up.
Well, I didn't think my head is that messed up yet.
I'm going to find a new life for myself starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found an ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir.
Yeah, and after all, the Goddess of Misfortune is only a name.
You bet. I'm gonna make it, I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks. You take care of yourselves too.
What a horrible day. I've gotten my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy.
But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office.
I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but who are you?
What? I thought you said you got your memory back.
At that moment, everything really did come back to me.
Just her screen. Why did it involve the other screens?
Detective Gumshoe. Someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases. He's also been a good ally during others. But the judge, he's a lovable, kind old man who was really... Oh jeez, his memory didn't come back completely. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. This person, I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaking me for someone else? And this girl, Maya.
You finally remembered. You're so mean to me.
This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right, I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example,
Earth to Nick, what's wrong with you? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you missed me.
Yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
Oh? Well, I'm back, so it's time for us to create new memories together. You can be nice to me now.
Alright, sounds good.
Stop telling me I've had too many cheeseburgers.
All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. Just have to start over from the very beginning.
Come on, Nick. Let's go to our usual burger joint.
Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. And that story began on one rainy afternoon 2 months ago.
Episode 1, The Lost Turnabout. The end.
Let's just leave here.
Yeah. Just don't back out yet.
So all that just leads to the actual first case of the game?
From a certain point of view.
Well, that was
If you wanted to play it in chronological order, that would be the second case of the game.
Yes, the other one, next one would be the first, I guess.
From a certain point of view.
Well, I guess we'll start the first case.
Next time on Ace Attorney Justice for all of the people.
Still think maybe she's lying.
Probably.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be.